Today we are breaking down an S tier magic build in Wuchang Fallen Feathers that you can build early and improve over time as you progress through the game. Potential spoilers ahead. Unlike other Souls-like games which require you to manage an FP bar or rely on consumables to cast spells, Wuchang Fallen Feathers offers a more accessible and beginner-friendly approach to magic. This build guide will make you incredibly overpowered in the early hours of the game. It utilizes the strongest spells and equips you with one of the best weapons, the one-handed sword. This weapon can be obtained very early and will carry you through the entire first chapter and beyond. Apart from its quick attacks and swift movements, the one-handed sword is designed to enhance your damage and spell power, making it the perfect choice for a magic-focused build. The very first one-handed sword you will find is the Dark Frost Edge, which adds over 100 spell power to your build when the sword is equipped. That added spell power will add a massive damage bonus to your spells, which can be very useful when you first start playing since your HP and overall defense will be low. High damage spells will help you kill every enemy in the game without having to swing your sword at all. As you dodge and attack, you will stack Skyborne Might, which can be seen by the feathers in the bottom left of the screen. This guide will show you how to stack Skyborne Might quickly and maintain it so you can cast spells and even phase through enemies. This one-handed sword comes with a unique discipline skill called evasive maneuver, which gives you the ability to phase through enemy attacks and increase your Skyborne Might with each successful dodge. When you have Skyborne Might active, it will unlock access to your spells and will keep you in your most powerful state. Let's take a look at everything you need to make this powerful early game build. The Dark Frost Edge one-handed sword can be found very early as you enter the Light Zen Temple area shortly after discovering the Fire Pot throwables for the first time. The Dark Frost Edge will be located on a table to your right behind a group of enemies. Like I mentioned earlier, this sword comes with added spell power which will enhance the damage of your magic. It also comes with the evasive maneuver discipline skill which makes dodging consecutive attacks much easier. Each weapon will come with 3 benediction slots, which are used to add perks to enhance your build. Oath, Memory, and Wisdom are the 3 slots where each slot has its own separate choices. For Oath, you will be using the Vitality Ferocity Benediction, which increases all damage dealt at full health, but also increases damage taken. This is a high-risk, high-reward option, but makes sense if you're able to consistently dodge and avoid damage. For the Memory Benediction, you will use Skyborne Vigor, which increases your stamina recovery speed while you have Skyborne Might active. Dodging and attacking will feel less punishing since your stamina will regenerate faster. And lastly, Skyborne Magic, which temporarily increases your spell damage when you gain Skyborne Might. All 3 of these benedictions are located within Chapter 1 and can be obtained within the first couple of hours. The one-handed sword focuses on counterattacks, which can be executed in 2 ways. When you dash or dodge into a light attack, you'll perform a stab followed by a spinning slash, which deals high posture damage to enemies and will stagger them in most cases. Also, performing an evasive maneuver and then triggering a light attack immediately after will perform the same 2-hit counter. It's very satisfying how easy you can transition from dodging to attacking with this weapon. The first Jade Pendant I have is the Fiend Felling Pendant, which can be purchased from one of the merchants on the first floor of the Shoe Sanctum. This pendant increases your damage to larger enemies, which means you will do more damage to bosses. The Twin Infants Pendant will increase your stamina recovery speed, and the Dracolic Pendant will reduce damage taken and also remove the flinch from enemy roars. Both of these Jade Pendants are located in the workshop near the Mercury Workshop Shrine. As you get closer to the midpoint of the game, you're going to swap out 2 of these Jade Pendants. The first one you're going to add is the Lifesteal Pendant, which allows you to recover health upon defeating enemies, which can be extremely useful if you need to replenish your health to increase your damage with the Vitality Ferocity Benediction. We're keeping the Twin Infant Pendant just because an increase to your stamina recovery speed will make everything easier, dodging, dashing, and obviously attacking, so the quicker you can get your stamina back, the more efficient you will be. And then the Bird Pendant, which obviously fits very well on this build. This pendant increases your magic damage, and magic is going to be your primary source of damage when you're fighting enemies and even bosses. These are really the two spells you need, and what's great about these two spells in particular is you can locate them very early. Vorpal Blade is the very first spell you unlock in the game, and then Infernal Flames can be found shortly after you kill the dancing mini-boss within the courtyard. Vorpal Blade is very good early on to get consistent damage on enemies or even bosses. It doesn't do a significant amount of damage, but for lower HP enemies, mobs, stuff like that, it's a really easy way to take them out. And also, if you want to keep your distance from very difficult enemies that maybe are too aggressive, this is a really good spell to use. It only requires one Skyborne Might, which means you can use it consistently enough to the point where it will feel useful. Infernal Flames, in my personal opinion, is one of the best spells in the game. Compared to other options and what they offer, this is just the better choice almost all the time. This spell only requires 2 Skyborne Might to cast. It deals really good burst damage, quick burn buildup, and it also tracks your targets, making it one of the best spells in the game. I'm about level 50 right now, so I've reached the mid-game point, and so far I have seen no reason to switch to anything else. A lot of the other spells just take too long to cast, in my opinion. I still have to try out these other ones. I haven't tried out the feathering spells yet. Just master these spells, master the timing, and you will have no problem killing any of the bosses in the game. For the Impetus Depository, your main focus will be this skill tree to the left here, which will be used to increase spell damage, increase your Skyborne Might stacks, and increase the effectiveness and capacity of your HP potions. The skill tree to the right here focuses mainly on one-handed swords, and this very first effect you unlock, called Biding Time, will give you the ability to just gain Skyborne Might over time slowly as you perform actions. This is the easiest way to gain at least one Skyborne Might at a time, so you can cast Vorpal Blade, for example. Moving forward, your main focus will be increasing your magic as much as you can, and obviously your mastery for your one-handed sword. As you increase mastery, it will increase the damage of your sword. Magic will give you more damage to your sword as well as your spells, which is why it's so important. So as you progress through this tree, like I said, focus on increasing magic as much as you can, increase your sword mastery. This is the key to getting as much damage as possible with your spells. For the skill tree to the left here, you'll see skills like Skyborne Call, for example. These are very important if you want to increase your Skyborne Might stacks over time. And I think as you progress through this here, you will eventually reach Skyborne Call 2 and Skyborne Call 3, which I believe is max stacks. Another thing you also need to grab is down here by the Fury of the Skyborne, you'll see the Bone Needle for magic. When you use your Temperance and imbue your weapon with an effect, the magic needle is going to increase your weapon's spell potency. So once your sword glows blue, you know that your spells are going to do more damage. Since the Infernal Flames is going to be your main spell, I highly recommend grabbing the Fiery Embers skill here, which increases the burn buildup caused by spells. The quicker you can apply that burn status effect to enemies or bosses, the faster their health is going to drain. Also, since spell damage is obviously very important and you're going to be imbuing your weapon with magic to increase your spell damage, you can also increase your Temperance charges, increasing the capacity to 2, allowing you to use the Temperance twice in one life before you reset the world and enter the dream, for example. If you're willing to trade brute strength for deadly magic, this is the build for you. Magic is very powerful early on, and I plan on improving this build over time, which means I will upload a more advanced mid to end game version shortly after. I also want to make more builds with other weapons and playstyles, so expect similar videos like this one in the near future. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure you leave a thumbs up, I would appreciate it a lot, and subscribe to the channel. If you like action RPGs and Souls-like games, this is the perfect channel for you.
Multiple. Scott!